Whitefield, and I'm here to talk to you about a very serious problem that's plaguing group communication these days. Groups are highly efficient forces of task accomplishment, whether it's bouncing ideas off of each other, challenging each other's ways of thinking, or creating new solutions to unique problems. However, things aren't quite as hunky-dory all the time in the world of group communication. There's a silent predator lurking among the ranks, blending in so perfectly, you'd almost never notice his presence, unless you knew how to recognize the signs of social loafing.
I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me?
Now, you may be asking yourself, what is social loafing? What makes social loafing so bad? Now, although you may not be familiar with the technical term, you've probably experienced the phenomenon before. If you've ever been in a group where most of the members do the general basic amount of work, they show up to meetings, pay attention, do the work that's necessary to accomplish the final task. But there's one group member who just doesn't carry his weight. Probably doesn't show up to meetings, probably doesn't really contribute much at all to the rest of the group, while reaping all the benefits of the other group members' work. Well, that's a social loafer. The presence of social loafers among us is a lot more common than you might think. The Wrinkleman effect is a classic study using the game of tug-of-war as an example of teamwork. The basic idea is that the more people you have on either side of the rope, the more likely it is that people are going to slack off and social loaf on either side of the rope. You have a couple of strong, motivated players who will put all of their strength into the game of tug-of-war, but that means that more people can slack off without anyone noticing. That's the phenomenon of social loafing. Now, the whole point of social loafing is its perfectly camouflaged existence among the group. So how do we identify a social loafer in our midst? Well, will it look like this?
Bread.
No! Will it look like this?
And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
No! Will it look like this? Now we're getting somewhere. Now here's a group that'll help you understand what a social loafer is. It would be perfectly functional if it weren't for one member.
All right, everyone, that sounds great. Now we can call an end to this meeting after we've planned everything out for the weekend. Has anyone heard from Dave?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Oh, hey, Dave.
My phone died, so did my cat. So that's why I'm late. But everything looks great. You guys are doing a good job. I guess, is there anything I can do?
Well,
All right,
actually...
you guys, I'll talk to you later. You're doing a fantastic job. Just keep it up, all right?
Dave... Guess we'll just pick up the slack.
So,
Wow, what a loafer! Did you notice the late attendance? The forced excuses? The willing readiness to leave all work to the other members? That was an extreme example, but it often does happen in more subtle ways.
So the Allied forces had to give the Japanese a final countdown before dropping the first nuclear weapon.
Hey, it's the final countdown.
It's the final countdown. The final countdown.
Man, that loafer just doesn't get it. His off-topic outbursts can completely derail a meeting and set its focus on its head. It's important to note here, though, that some loafers don't even know that they're loafers. They do a minimal amount of work, show up to meetings most of the time, and feel confident that they're playing an important part in their group progress. If a group is large enough, people may not be held accountable for their slack. From a psychological perspective, some loafers feel unneeded or inadequate in the midst of their group members. Other loafers are overbooked or just lazy. Still, it is important to know where your social loafer is coming from so you can confront them in the appropriate way. Social tension between group members can cause time-consuming complaining when the group member in trouble leaves the room. I don't know why he's always late and doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
I'm sick of this dude, man.
it's not like he has much else to do.
He
Like,
definitely doesn't do
I don't
anything.
understand.
Probably the most frustrating person I've ever had in a group.
Hey guys,
Right?
what are you talking about?
Nothing. Just, we did everything.
Everything?
Don't worry.
No big deal.
You guys didn't wait for me?
Uneven work distribution can leave the hard-working group members with less time to proofread and correct their work, resulting in lower product quality. Divisions occur, and drama can consume or even overthrow a group entirely.
Sick of this dude, man. He doesn't do nothing.
So, now that we can identify a social loafer, it's time to confront him or her. Here are some common methods of confronting your social loafer. Indirectly confront.
We all need to work on focusing more and bringing our attention back to the group. You know, we need to show up to our group meetings on time, everything that we've been doing. But I think if we all do it, it would be a really good idea and it would help us get a lot of work done.
Look at this guy in his underpants.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Bring loafing to attention. We should read the paper.
Yeah.
We should make sure that we just recap all the points and then.
Yo, do you see us working on this group project, man? You have to be focused and with the group. Come on, man. You always doing this.
I'm doing work too.
No, you're not doing group work with us. We're having a discussion. You're not even listening.
That's a cat.
You're drawing cats on a paper.
That's hardly a cat.
Hardly. Threaten with expulsion from the group.
Dave, you've been doing your hair for the last 3 hours we've been working on this project. Stop it now and contribute, or you're out of the group!
Send superiors to address the loafer.
Professor Parlow, can I talk to you for a moment, please?
Oh, yes, of course.
We've been having problems with our one group member, Dave, and we've tried to talk to him, but it's not really working. And we were wondering if you could talk to him for us, or help us.
Of course I will.
Thank you.
While it's important to know how to deal with a social loafer, it would be better not to deal with one at all. So here are 5 key points to preventing the loaf altogether. You must hold your loafer accountable. That kind of laxness cannot be overlooked and appeased. You should promote involvement. A loafer who is a part of the group and feels important and accepted is not going to be a loafer anymore. Rewards always work. If you give your loafer a reward or some incentive to do work, he's sure to take part. If you limit your group size, well, then everybody's an important part of the group, and loafing won't be an issue. You can clearly outline the work that you expect from your group members. That way, your social loafer will be contractually responsible for the work they're expected to do. Above all, there would be no social loafers at all if it weren't people like you and me in the wrong place at the wrong time. So here's some ways that you can avoid being a social loafer yourself. Take pride in your work.
Aaron, this was awesome. Great job.
Leap to be a part of the project.
I'll do that.
Know your abilities and offer them forth.
I'm a really good editor. I could help with the final paper.
Communicate with your group. Ask questions. Establish relationships.
Teamwork. We got an A.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, great work, you guys.
You guys,
Celebrate.
would you mind if I became part of your group again?
I actually don't think we need you. to.
No,
got
we
an
did
A.
just fine
Yeah.
without a social loafer.
But I have classes now. I have a backpack. I'm ready.
It's irrelevant.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm informed.
I still don't like your hair.
it's too late, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
your pants are too tight.
Yeah. In other words, we have enough white people in this group.
So, now that you know everything there is to know about social loafing, you can make sure it never happens in a group that you're in again.